We have Kale and Red, just released These Days, performed here at the Pyramid Scheme tonight. So I have to ask on camera, is Bald Kendall coming back?
Yet to be determined. We don't know. Maybe. We don't know what 2026 will bring. I got like a wedding and stuff to plan now, so I gotta worry about the hair for that.
Just be bald for the wedding. It's so much easier.
That would be nuts. I don't. We'll see. We'll see what she says. I don't know.
What she says.
Like, if like that'd be okay. I don't know. Maybe.
What's up, Rob?
Hey, what's going on?
Okay, so as you guys know, I did an album review for These Days. I guess I wanted to ask you what the writing process looked like. It's a two-piece. You guys both play your own instruments. Like, how does that writing process look like? Who records what? What happens in that space? Like, what influences it?
Yeah.
I think. Well, Connor and I at this point, like we live separately. We work very different hours. We get together for like final recordings of songs, but it starts like I'll demo an entire song or he'll demo an entire song. And with this one, it was he made the days. He wrote that, demoed it entirely himself, and I did the same with Are You Ready?
Yeah.
And so we kind of had those two ready to go. And it's funny, it's like the first two songs we play live a lot now, and those are the first two songs for the EP that were done. And then I like made Los Angeles and a few others, but it kind of, we work individually and then we bring it to each other and add little flourishes and parts in the recording process. But yeah, with this one, I think you hit it heavy with you pick up the nostalgia thing. I feel like it's kind of hard not to pick up on in the music stuff. But there was kind of a theme. We kind of took things that we were talking about and singing about in Lolo and took it even further on the EP as we get even broker in our adult lives. And yeah, just kind of went and ran with that. And I don't know, he was cooking with some songs, I was making some stuff.
I would say like production process though. I mean, it's not super conventional. It's like a lot of multi-track recording, like a lot of dubbing. Songs will be written throughout days, even months of recording little elements and layers. Because production process, there's a lot of things coming in and out of songs, and it's not all done in a room with guys playing instruments at the same time. It's very kind of opposite of that. So
Two people programming stuff and making it perfect.
yeah,
At a whim, staring at a computer for way too long. So, because you guys are a two-piece, tonight we had a drummer and a guitarist playing with you, but what does it like normally look like if it's you guys performing? Let's say we don't have band members to play.
for the longest time we did me playing synth bass and him playing guitar and singing, and we programmed everything else like drums as backing tracks. But recently on our last tour, we actually tried out a new two-piece configuration of me playing drums and him playing guitar and vocals. And just throwing everything else in the backing tracks. And I think that brought a lot more energy, just being able to hear like a live drummer. So it was cool to try that out. We did that on our last run, and people seemed to dig it, I guess. So
I think people like live drums always. I
it's
think
the big
that's
difference.
that's the difference maker.
So you two are Grand Rapids locals, or we're here in Grand Rapids now?
We're here now. We grew up just south of Lansing.
Eaton?
We're like 5, 6 years.
Eaton Rapids. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are our thoughts on the pyramid scheme, like the local Grand Rapids music scene? And to further that too, like, are there plans for you guys to go somewhere like Chicago,
We love the Grand Rapids scene. We've made friends with a lot of bands around here who've helped us kind of fulfill our wishes to play more live, get more in front of people. Like shout out, I guess, Pretoria for having us tonight. Shout out bands like the Skinny Limbs, and like Fabies and Low Face and people like that who've like entertained us as a band and like helped spread word of us. But yeah, no,
I'd
that's
say no
no
major
direct future plans to move anywhere.
Obviously, want to take the best opportunity possible.
Like
though.
we're still, yeah, we'll always take best, like rent's up for me in 8 months, and we'll see what that means and where I'll end up city-wise.
Last thing,
Yeah.
any advice for any bands in the Grand Rapids, Lansing scene that are, still playing a lot of DIY shows and want to play like, a bigger set like here? Like what's important? Like what should they focus on? What should they stop worrying about too? Even with just releasing music and producing.
Oh, don't worry about the right way of doing things. Keep playing shows. Keep writing your stuff. Keep listening to bands that you love. Keep making connections, like talking with other bands, asking them about the process, asking them about how they book shows, and just make friends. Yeah. What would you say?
I think making friends is the most important thing. Making connections. Yeah, just be friendly to people. Stick around for the whole 4-band bill.
Yeah.
Watch etiquette. Watch every single band, because there's gonna be something that you're gonna like with every performance. You're gonna meet somebody. You're gonna have an interaction that's gonna like create a lasting effect and like wave that's gonna help you out in some way. But yeah, just take the time to drop yourself into the local scene and like immerse yourself. We have this for you.
Oh wow.
It is a signed poster from our very haphazardly planned 2021 tour out west. Our first tour, 2021. Yeah, September. We went to Lawrence, Kansas, Denver, Colorado, Salt Lake City, Utah, Boise twice, Los Angeles. And then from Los Angeles, we drove 2 days straight to get to Austin, Texas, where we played for one person before we made it home. So yeah, that's
Why was it one person?
He was my friend. Well, the bartender, you can't count them. Yeah, my friend Leland. Shout out Leland Robertson, who we've stayed with every time we played in Austin, Texas. But yeah, that was our first tour.
All right, we have Pretoria here at the Pyramid Scheme in Grand Rapids. And then I also have to ask, so you have the Cape Town EP, that's the legislative capital of South Africa, and then Pretoria is the administrative capital of South Africa. So what's the deal with South Africa?
I don't know.
think we were just playing off the name.
Yeah, we just liked the name.
Yeah.
There's an old tale about spinning a globe. Our buddy spun a globe and saw it and thought it was cool, put it on a list of band names, and then one of our other members who's not in the band anymore saw it and was like, yo, what is that? We didn't even know what it was at first, but, so we're kind of just appropriating the entire city. But yeah, it's just a name. It doesn't really mean.
Yeah, and I think earlier in the Pretoria days, when we made the Cape Town EP, we were playing off the name, but then we kind of realized it's really confusing, especially if you're from South Africa.
Yeah, many people have been like, so you guys are from? We're like, no, we're not. It's just, yeah.
We're
Yeah, we were like 18, sorry.
Right. We did have an idea for a little, because there's a third capital.
Yeah, I was
right?
gonna
Is it Bloemfontein?
Bloemfontein.
Yeah.
And so the idea was our first EP was self-titled, was Pretoria. That's the one that's only on Bandcamp now, because it sounds like a different band altogether. And then the next release was Cape Town. The idea was we were going to drop a third one called Bloom or something like that.
Okay.
But it just kind of never happened.
Congrats on just finishing the recent tour, right? What's it like being packed into a van together for a prolonged amount of time, and what was like some memorable memories for you guys on this most recent tour? And also, don't be afraid to just grab the spoon if you want.
Okay. I'll pass it down. So we did a full U.S. tour for the first time over the summer. That was crazy. We got a nice little van. It's a 2000 whatever Ford something. It's just like a big hunk of metal. And it's not too bad though. We have, it's like a bench, like a kind of like a, it used to be an airport shuttle van. So it's just like a big old smelly van. The shows were great, by the way. The van got us from point A to point B, and yeah, we went to Florida, Texas. We went out west a little bit. But remind yourselves, if you're a band, don't go to the middle of the desert in July, because it will be 120 degrees. But yeah, that was really fun. So we had a good time.
Yeah, it was very cool. You kind of, because this summer we were on the road for like a month. And when you do it for that long, you kind of just develop like a seasoning over just your whole being. You just get seasoned. Yeah. Like all your gear just is worn in, and your clothes and your body, and you just like you. Yeah, I saw someone talking about it recently. I don't remember who, but yeah, you can just tell when a band's like been on the road. Yeah. Because they just.
Does the band start smelling progressively right?
You kind of adjust to it as it goes, because it's gradual. But if you're like out of the van for a while and you get back in, it's feet.
Right on. We are Pretoria. We are newly from Chicago, but originally we are from right here in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Favorite van memory from last tour? I don't know. Buying those little Rock'em Sock'em robots at the truck stop. I got little Rock'em Sock'em robots.
I might have something.
I got $1 probably. All right, here we go. Here's a little George Washington for you.
The man of the people.
Have a good one.
You too.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I got 3. I got 2 plus your 1. Can I get a 5? I'll give you 3 of my dollars.
I do not. I don't have any 5. Sorry.
That's okay.
I don't have any, man.
Well, that's all right. I appreciate it.
Of course.
Have a good night.
Brother. Be safe.
Hell yeah.
Where were we? I don't know.
Yeah, the van doesn't smell that bad.
We were talking about Rock'em Sock'em.
That guy was a plant, by the way, to make me look like a good guy.
I know there was like a reel recently that said that the green room bathroom here at Pyramid Scheme's got the largest toilet bowl out of any bathrooms. What's the nicest green room bathroom you guys have had at a venue on tour?
Shuba's in Chicago.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
I have a picture of
This is nice.
Took a picture. You know when I took a picture, then it's good.
We played at, where was the show in Florida that had the outdoor setup for the merch, but the show was inside? Pensacola had this really cool green room, and it was a huge mural on the wall from a show that had happened at that venue. And like there was this person crowd surfing, and like their feet were in the air, and like people were just sweaty and like going crazy. And I don't remember what the bathroom looked like, but the mural made it my favorite bathroom. So
this one was in Oklahoma City. First of all, this entire venue was just like yellow.
Yes.
It had just like yellow lights, and you felt like you were in Breaking Bad.
across the border.
Here's this bathroom. It's got like tiles. It's got different colored sinks. The toilets like match this too, I think. They had like colored ceramic or porcelain.
I was curious what influenced the decision to move from Grand Rapids to Chicago, and like if anything could have kept you here, what would that have been?
The move to Chicago was, we had been in Grand Rapids for a while, and we had played most of the venues that we were able to play with most of the bands that we were able to play with, like many times, and it kind of felt like there was a little bit of a ceiling, and Chicago is a pretty close market where we could still hang on to, you know, a lot of the stuff we got going on here, and we had already played in Chicago a bit, so we had some connections there, and it wouldn't be just totally cold as in, you know, if we like went to New York or LA or something. So it just kind of seemed like the right choice if we wanted to keep growing and kind of try to open some doors. But I don't know, maybe we could have made it work here too, but I think it was a good choice so far. But yeah, as far as like what could have kept us here,
$1 million USD.
1 million beers.
I concur.
55 hamburgers, 55.
I loved If We're Pretending, by the way. Listened to that after the audio tree one, and I heard a lot of influences throughout that project. So I wanted to ask you guys personally what those influences are and what the songwriting process looks for you, especially with adding new additions to the band and the group. It's Ben's interview.
Influences for Pretending is definitely. Yeah.
I heard a lot of Vampire Weekend in there.
Okay, I'll take this. Yeah, they're like my favorite group of all time by far. So I co-wrote Home, the final song in the EP with Ben. And I feel that one honestly might not be as Vampire Weekend-y as some of the other ones. But yeah, I could see that influence because I think we collectively all really like them, but they're like my favorite band. So
Yeah. Maybe the Strokes.
for sure.
I've heard the Strokes.
As far as Boil Water, maybe a couple other things, but we also, the producer who helped us with that EP had worked with the Strokes before and he has kind of that New York sound a little bit to his production, so I think that probably showed as well.
I heard a lot of the Strokes in the guitar work and a lot of the lead guitar
sure.
lines and like, you know, matching the vocal melody with the guitar lines too. That was very Stroke inspired.
Yeah.
That was very good listening.
Hell yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Maybe a little.
I think Matt's got something.
If I say what you were about to say, that's gonna be crazy. No, maybe a little bit like the 1975 as well. Just a lot of those like bands that kind of had that like rock pop crossover appeal without losing like what makes them a rock band in the first place. And just some of that like early 2000s like Arctic Monkeys, Franz Ferdinand type stuff. I don't know if it was exactly like specific sounds we were going for, but just the general vibe. Probably Phoenix as well.
Drew always says that his goal is to get us to open for the Strokes or something like that. Drew's our manager. He's awesome.
Okay.
I don't know. I think I love Vampire Weekends when I don't know why I said it plural.
Multiple
Which
weekends.
which weekend
Vampire
is my
the
favorite?
Weekends.
I love their like setup when they do big festivals and stuff. Maybe they always have this setup where they've got like a bunch of people playing keyboard.
Yes.
They got like 2 drummers. Like they're going crazy.
Yeah,
It would be sick to play a festival like that with that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, so we definitely started super DIY. We literally ran a house venue here in Grand Rapids called the Tree House. We were going to house shows all the time before COVID, going to them as audience members and as playing as well. And then COVID totally killed that. And then when things started opening up a little bit more, just like none of the houses, people moved away, people stopped doing it. So we opened our own, and it was really fun. And I feel like you kind of grow and find your audience and start to figure out your sound a little bit, just in that DIY scene. And then obviously we were starting to expand more and more. But yeah, we always come back to Grand Rapids because this is where we started, and we love the DIY scene here like a ton. And now more house shows are starting to pop up, so I feel like it's starting to finally get revived, which is really, really cool to see.
We're at that stage now where like a lot of teenagers from other states think we're a lot more famous than we are. We'll get like messages on Instagram like, hey, what was that second song you played tonight? And we're like, oh, that was called Gently. And we're like, yo, no way, I didn't think you'd respond. And yeah, it's like, dude, I have to go to my 9 to 5 tomorrow. Like I need to do spreadsheets and emails tomorrow. But yeah, so it's cool, yeah. We may have 100,000 monthly listeners, but it still feels like 99,000 to me.
I feel like we're also kind of at the point, like, as we grow, like, it's interesting to figure out how DIY we want to be, because I feel like we'll always have a part of that in us, because that's just like how we started and how we came up and how we grew up. I mean, we were literally like kids in the DIY scene. But, you know, as we grow, we work with different producers and have different recording situations and play at different venues, and it's sometimes hard to make the choice of like, are we sticking with our roots on this one? Would that make the music better? Do we want to go more produce, more shiny sound, big shiny sounds with this one? More big shiny, big shiny more, big shiny. So it's interesting. I feel like we're kind of at a crossroads, almost. I think we just kind of take it song by song, situation by situation, gig by gig. Yeah.
And for the live shows too, like the summer tour we just did, we booked almost all of that by ourselves. Like our manager Drew like went into absolute overdrive and just went crazy on the email and set that up. So I mean, literally the do-it-yourself DIY motto, definitely we're still holding on to that a little bit. We only recently like have people that are starting to help us book shows and stuff. So like Ben was saying, we're definitely at a crossroads, but I think we still have that DIY like vibe that we try to hold on to as much as possible.
Any advice that you guys have for up-and-coming DIY bands in the Grand Rapids Lansing music scene, something they should just stop worrying about and something they absolutely need to focus on?
Let them cook. Make an effort to like be a part of the scene beyond just like your own shows. Like, I guess if you're sitting there and you're like, why isn't anyone coming to my shows? Well, like, are you going to anyone else's shows? Kind of thing. I don't know. But like, that's the best part about it. That's what it's all about, is like the community you find yourself a part of, whether you're a musician or a fan of music in general, and, you know, enjoy that community while you're still a part of a tight-knit, up-and-coming one. Because it can very much be like a flash in the pan kind of thing.
Yeah, go to shows, start your own venue if you want to. You don't have to, but that really helped us. Starting your own venue in your basement or whatever. But yeah, just going to shows, going to random people's shows, going to shows for bands you've never heard of, because like every band that has ever existed has always been a band that no one's ever heard of. Like every band has always had their first show, every band has always had their first fan, every band has always had their first hit song. Like if you don't support like the DIY scene, then it's never, unless you're an industry plant, then music is never gonna like progress like that, you know? Sorry that I ever met you. But I think this is collectively like one of our favorite venues ever, because this is like the first mid to like larger sized venue that like gave us like a shot like this. Like we were playing in basements, we were playing in bars and stuff, so every time we get a chance to come back here, it just like reminds us of like kind of where we came from and stuff. So this is definitely like my personal favorite venue. If I ever go back, as if I ever go back to you.
Thank you guys. Thank you, Pretoria.
So when you guys were buying the van at the Come and Go, did you go into the Come and Go and buy anything afterwards, or did you just dip?
We came and went. Yeah.